My name is Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, February the 20th. So one of the things that I think is essential for every beader to know is how to make your own ear hooks. The reason I think it's so important is we live in an age of customization. People want to be their own person. They want to be individuals. They want stuff customized. So knowing how to make your own ear hooks allows you to be able to customize every single pair of ear hooks that you make so that no pair can ever look the same. So I like to make my ear hooks with 20 gauge artistic wire. It's the non-tarnished silver that I like to use for mine. The reason I like to use it is, number one, it has a clear coating over the top, so you don't have to worry about the ear hook ever turning as far as colors. And then the other thing I really like about it is the fact that when you use the non-tarnished silver, it seems like people who have metal allergies can wear these a little bit better than using a regular just silver wire. And it is because of that clear coating over the top of the ear hook. So, to make the ear hooks today, I'm going to be using 2 pieces of a 20 gauge silver artistic wire, and these are 3 inches a piece. And I'm going to be using 2 4mm bicones. You're going to need a hammer with a flat side. You know, we're not going to use the dimpled side, but you will need the flat side. You'll need a bench block. This is just a steel block. And then I'm going to use a special tool today. This is an optional tool. It just helps to make every ear hook that you make consistent to every single pair. This is a loop making or bell making plier, you could call it that. But this has a 13mm, a 16mm, and a 20mm circle on the actual piece, so you can make these loops 3 different sizes. Now this is, like I said, an optional tool, because if you don't have one of these, you can also use things you have at home, like a Sharpie marker or something to that effect. You'll just have to find something that makes the size ear hook that you like, and that way everything will kind of be consistent. So let me go ahead and show you how to make the ear hooks. So here are my pieces of wire that are 3 inches long. I'm going to use my round nose pliers, and I'm going to come out and measure a 1/2 inch and grab a hold at that 1/2 inch mark. Now at the 1/2 inch mark, I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to bend it straight out to a 90-degree angle, just like this. And I'm going to come back on the back side of my pliers. If you want a smaller loop, you can either trim this, or you can just, come out a 1/4 inch instead of a 1/2 inch. But I want a larger size loop on this ear hook, so I'm going to do that 1/2 inch and come back further on the pliers and make my loop. So essentially, I'm making an eye pin is the best way to kind of describe it at this point. Now I'm going to thread on my 4mm bicone. You could do a 3mm, you could do a shaped bead, whatever you want. The great thing about making your own ear hooks is you can determine whether you want the loop to face you or face away from you. On these earrings that I've made here with these Swarovski clovers, because of using a jump ring actually on to attach the clover, I had to make sure that the loop was facing me so that the earring would lay the correct way and it wouldn't lay sideways when I put it on. So that's the really, really good thing about being able to determine how your beadwork is going to lay. So once you determine that, you're going to take the pliers and you are going to bend that wire back. Now, I'm not going to bend it totally at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to do just a little here. And I'm going to take my pliers at this point, and I'm going to come out a little bit. I'm going to use this smallest loop here on my pliers. So I'm just going to roll the wire around. And then once I've got it rolled around, I'm going to grab a hold and just kind of pinch the wires together here so that I have my ear hook. Now you can see I have this long piece left right here, and I'll show you how that we fix that and actually make it into an ear hook. But I'm going to go ahead and make the second one so that both pieces can be done at the same time and be consistent in its sizing. So again, I come out a 1/2 inch. I'm going to make that larger size loop here. Put the bicone on. And then make my loop. So that now both pieces, when you put side by side, are exact and precise. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to trim these wires. I'm going to trim off about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So I'm going to trim, got both laying side by side, and I'm going to trim that wire. Now, while still holding both of them together, I'm going to use my flat nose pliers, and I'm going to grab a hold here at the very ends, and I'm going to bend that wire up just a little bit so that now I have a consistent pair of ear wires, and they look identical. At this point, if I was to tug on these the least bit, it would misshape my ear hook, and you don't want that. So this is where your block and your hammer is going to come in. Now when I hammer this, I'm going to hold it off to the side of the block like this so that I don't scratch or damage my crystal in any way. And you want to take the flat side of your hammer, and basically where I've got this covered up is where you want to hit it. So when you strike it, you're going to be striking over the top surface here of this ear wire. Now you just want to strike it enough to where you get the round shape out and it's a little bit more flat. I'm not going to do that on camera because it's going to be very loud. So I'm going to go ahead and get off camera. I'm going to hammer this just a little bit and show you what the end result looks like. So once I have the hammering complete, this is what the ear hook now looks like. You see it's got this flattened shape here along the curve of it, and then it's got the roundness back in this direction. So now it's not going to bend as easily. I can do this and not lose the shape of my ear wire. So once done, you have a nice custom set of ear hooks. And like I showed you on this one, you know, adding that extra little crystal up top just gives it just a little extra something to make the earring personalized and custom. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make your own custom ear hooks. We do have everything that I showed you today on our website, which is offthebeadedpathbeadstore.com. So you can find the hammer, you can find the blocks, you can find these cool new pliers, and you can find rolls of our 20 gauge silver artistic wire. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.